Well, hello there, and welcome to your next vocal training session. I must say, it's great to see you again. So, how have you been getting on with your exercises? Amazing. And have you completed each and every segment that I sent through with you last time for homework? Amazing. I recall from our previous session you were focusing more on the lower end of your register. Great. Are you ready to get started with a quick exercise then? Amazing. Okay, repeat after me. La, la, la. Wow, I must say, you have been practicing. That was absolutely incredible. Let's try a little bit lower. La, la, la. Wow. Incredible progress. You weren't even able to hit this note last week. Now you're already down here. Way, way impressive. Yes. And have you been doing any of the rhythm exercises? You have. That's incredible. It can be. It takes me back to the days when I used to tour myself. Yeah, I'd always practice first thing in the morning and last thing at night. That way, your voice is getting exercise at the key moments. In the morning, it's a good warm-up for your mental well-being as well as your vocals. And at night, it just solidifies the progress that you have been making. Perfect. So, let's just see how far can you go. La, 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 la. Oh, you're struggling there just a little bit. Well, that's fine, because I've never seen as much improvement from one of my students in such a short space of time. Honestly. It's absolutely incredible the way you have come along in practically just a few short weeks. Yes, I calculated at the last session you had approximately 4 octaves of vocal range. And now I would like to confirm that you have approximately 4.5 octaves. That's almost as many as Freddie Mercury. I can see you in the future having a very successful music career. No, don't worry about that at all. There's still plenty of bands making a lot of money touring and doing music work, such as teaching and even music videos. There is still a lot of money to be made in this day and age. Don't worry. AI is a long way from taking over the emotion and the rawness of a real human voice, and there's millions around the world that would celebrate your success. So never give in on vocals. Never give in on your talent. No. Okay then. Yes. Okay, we'll try the higher octave. La. 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 I'm sorry, I have to take my hat off to you. You are a star. Seriously, can you see the goosebumps? The only thing you need to work on right now is your self-confidence. Yes, it doesn't hurt to keep getting practice every now and again, but I'm already seeing a star in the making. Yes, in my heyday, we used to have around 1 million streams per month on Spotify. and I could see you doubling that. Naturally, I'm more of a songwriter than a vocalist, but if you surround yourself by the right people, I can see great things for you. Yeah, so you want to work on vibrato. Of course, it's not all about the octaves. There is more technical aspects to what makes a vocal beautiful. We can talk about resonance, we can talk about pitch, and of course harmony. Okay, you want to work on rhythm. So I want you to sing just la la la, but to the rhythm of this, okay? Wait. La la la. Yep. La la la. La la la. Absolutely fantastic. If I had a gold medal, I'd give it to you now. You have a natural talent for picking up rhythm and tone. Want to try something a little bit more difficult? Just a little bit more difficult? Okay. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Outstanding. Outstanding. No, I don't think you need to practice rhythm anymore. But I do recommend you coming here weekly. Yes, just to ensure that you're not using any vocal techniques that I wouldn't recommend, such as placing the larynx too high or too low. Now, I did notice on some of the higher notes that you were slightly straining. Good question. So a lot of my students often find taking a deep breath in from the diaphragm and then exhaling like that relaxes the muscles within the throat and allows for a more smooth transition of the vocal register. Perfect. Now you try it. Deep breath in from the diaphragm. Hold it. And then exhale gently. And can you feel the tension, any tension at all, being released? Now try that note again. I could see the placement was much better then. Once more. We'll go a little higher. A little higher again. Phenomenal. And did you feel it? A smoother transition, a smoother flow. It is all about practice. I'd say you are at least 80% ahead of the competition and you are only a few sessions in. Yeah. With a little bit more training, you potentially have the vocals to rival, like I said, Freddie Mercury. Just a few more sessions and I think you'll be there. Honestly, you have got a natural gift. So did you say you wanted to work on your vibrato technique? Okay. Well, a vibrato is something which is a little bit tricky to teach because it's something which can naturally happen due to good vocal flow. It's not something necessarily we want to emulate manually. It should be something that you feel naturally within your vocal cords. So again, you need to take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and just hold one note for 10 seconds. You see, right at the end there was a little bit of natural inflection of each note. Yes, you heard it yourself, didn't you? Just extending the note at times allows for your vocal to stabilize, and then it can naturally take shape into a nice vibrato tone. So we'll try it once more. This time I want you to reach a slightly higher note. Beautiful. Beautiful. You heard it then. The vibrato kicked in much earlier. So I would recommend that you do these exercises at home as well. 10-second long notes. Just keep doing them every 30 seconds, ensuring that you give your vocals a little time to recover. We don't want to do continuous, strenuous activity. Otherwise, that can lead to vocal nodules, you see? Yeah. It can be a very dangerous situation for a singer if nodules occur, and it's relatively easy to damage the vocal cords. Even the greats such as Mariah Carey have struggled over the years due to vocal fatigue. That's a good question. A lot of people ask me, are vocal nodules specifically down to bad vocal placement and technique? Not always. Sometimes it is just simply overusing the vocal. Just like overusing any instrument could lead to degradation of it over time. Yes. You see, I had a guitar when I was younger, and I would play it continuously all throughout the day, even though my mum said, don't, just leave it. But I didn't listen. I played the guitar for 12 hours straight. Not only did the guitar end up heavily impaired, but my fingers were red raw. Yeah. That is what is happening to a lot of singers, especially in the pop realm. They're worked and worked and worked, and their vocals, they're becoming red, they're becoming inflamed, even with perfect vocal technique. And don't you think for 1 second that the vocal talent that you see on TV and on social media don't have all the training? Of course they do. Of course they have access to the best of everything, really, but they have vocal coaches, so there's not really one singer in the top 20 right now that I would say doesn't have a professional vocal coach. So they're always singing with the best technique, and still damage can happen. So just because you have a natural talent doesn't mean that you can't do damage. So I would highly recommend that you practice the exercises that I gave to you last week, as well as the exercises I will print out for you later on, to the T. You must follow them to the T. Otherwise, things can go wrong. If you under practice, you are at risk of not improving, although of course you are great already. And with over practice, you do get the vocal nodules. Yeah. It can be quite tricky. When I was touring just 5 years ago, of course I had my band members who also sing, although I am lead vocal. A lot of us had vocal issues on our last tour. Yeah, and I'm a vocal coach, and I'm not afraid to speak the truth and let my students know that in the past I myself have made mistakes, and that is exactly why I'm able to teach. I was able to learn from my mistakes, overcome the vocal strain that I caused, and from this point forward, I don't want anyone to go through that, anyone that I come in contact with through teaching. Yeah, sorry I went on there a little bit about the techniques to ensure that your vocals stay as healthy as possible. It's just that it really is imperative that you keep good care of your voice. Mm-hmm. Yes, so didn't want to worry you there, but yes, the first signs and symptoms for me at least was a raspiness in my voice that wasn't there before. Yeah. And sometimes my voice would crack at the higher notes, so those are my two initial symptoms. But for others, it can start off as a physical pain. For others, there's no pain at all, it's just the vocal cracking. So if you notice anything different, make sure you stop all exercise for at least a week. And you can always email me. You can attach any samples to the email with your vocals, and I can review them to see if you're still singing with healthy placement. Great. Well, our session is almost over, but we do have time to practice a little more. So if you could kindly recite the song that you have been practicing, that would be perfect. What was it again? Adele? Hello? Wow. That is a big song. Yes, go now. Wow. Wow, wow. I'm getting goosebumps again. I think, I shouldn't say this, but I actually think you're better than Adele. I used to coach her as well. Yeah, a couple of years ago. She ran into some vocal issues, and let me tell you, behind the scenes, it wasn't always a beautiful sound. No, of course, she is one of the greats, but your vocal range, how effortless that was. Simply fantastic. Simply fantastic. And how long have you been practicing that song for now? Just 1 week? I've never known anybody pick up Hello by Adele in that short space of time. Usually I'm coaching people on songs of that calibre for months. Yes, well, if you are looking to create your own original tracks, I would recommend you get in contact with the studio that, well, the details are printed out on the leaflets that I gave you last week, but if you just look at their studios, they have plenty of contacts there. Surprisingly, it's quite affordable now. There's so many good songwriters out there that will be able to help your vocal shine through an original. And of course, I'm not here to be your social media manager, but TikTok is a great place to start, even just by posting covers. Seriously, I think you're ready now. I genuinely think you're ready. Well, it's been absolutely fantastic talking to you today. Great work on the vocal exercises. You have dedication, you've got talent, and that is all it takes, truly. So believe in yourself, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.